actually, for my part of the talk, seeing as I figured everyone else was going to be talking about how, oh, Asperger's helped me in this way or that way, or gave me these challenges or those challenges, which I know is not very descriptive, but still. I figured I would show a bit of how my mind works. So the piece you just watched, Halcyon, first off, in terms of giving you guys kind of a time scale of how long it took to make this, it took me about 2 or 3 hours, maybe. It was a Friday night, had nothing to do, had the idea, and made it. That's one thing which Asperger's helps me with as kind of a positive effect, is that if I set my mind to a task, I simply will do it. If you tell me, hey Noah, let's see, I work with the Purchase Phoenix, as I was not mentioned in the intro, I forgot to add that, sorry David. But when I work with the Purchase Phoenix, I'm their video production intern, so when my editor-in-chief says, oh, hey, Noah, I need a video on this or that story for next week. I'll have it done by Thursday. Like, when I'm given some sort of a task to do, and I'm given a clear outline as to how I should complete it, I have no problems finishing it. But when I give myself a task, when I'm self-oriented, that gets a little more difficult. This project in particular, you see up here, I've had this up for a while, I shouldn't have put it there. This is the song structure for the track, which was played during that short. I created the track myself, I set up the samples, you probably heard a couple of samples of HAL from 2001: A Space Odyssey while that was playing. Organized everything, recorded everything on my own, modified the audio on my own so that it would be better suited for video production. There was a lot of issues with kind of midtones missing from it, not sure how that happened, maybe because I'm terrible mixing audio, I'm still working on it. But after I was done with the audio, because of the way that my mind works with Asperger's and influencing how I think of projects, I do things in a very strange format. If I'm told to make a video piece, most people think of it as, oh, I have to make a video. So I have to start from square one. I gotta get the camera, gotta get the editing equipment, gotta get the computer, gotta get everything set up. I just go from step A to step Z and go, oh, well, I need to make a video. Okay, cool. Let's start at the end how I want it to look and then move backwards. So I started off thinking of the whole piece as you saw it there, build the audio second because I wanted to make sure the sound was perfect, and then move from there to my editing software. I tend to use Adobe After Effects because it's pretty versatile when it comes to motion graphics work. It's hard to read the little bits on here, not exactly a high resolution screen, even though it's pretty large, but I spent those 3 hours working on this piece, trying to figure out how exactly I would use some scripting within After Effects to make the visuals look the way that I wanted to. All the visuals are influenced by the sound, which is why the sound was the most important part to get out of the way first. You can see a couple slides here. Yeah, whenever, and I wish I had the waveform up here, but whenever the sound, which is designated by this track here with the red line, whenever the audio peaks or dips, it influences the glitching effects in the video. By planning this ahead of time so I can make sure that the audio would match up to the video, I was able to create this in a very short period of time, and with a laser-focused vision of where I wanted to go with it, I got the production out of the way much quicker than somebody else would have if they had to get an entire team to work on each aspect of the piece. So before I end, I'd like to say that for all the issues that Asperger's syndrome has presented me with, both in terms of interacting with people on an everyday basis, and some executive function issues, which I'm still working on. As you can tell, I didn't exactly prepare this on a piece of paper, that speech ahead of time. But for all of its issues that it presents me with, I also have a bunch of traits that I can work with in a positive way. My ability to work with projects when told to do when I'm told to do a project, I complete it to around 120% of what I was told to before. If I have my own project to do, I'll complete it even further. I tend to be very helpful when it comes to projects on campus, as you heard David say at the beginning. And if any of you are from the campus and you need help with tech support, if your computer's broken, if you have some graphic design work that needs doing, or video work, call me. That's it.
Stuff that you can't fix, like myself.
Yeah. You said.
Computers, that's the thing.
Okay, that's me, but
Sorry. The only audio person here.
Take your time.
There we go.
We believe in you, Natalie.
I'm
I believe in you.
sorry. Okay, you got this? Okay. Thank you.
Hi everyone, sorry I'm the film person. Multiple jobs. Thank you, Noah, that was awesome. So, thank you all for coming today. I'm super excited to say that, talk about Ben Ehrman over here. And he is basically a senior environmental studies major with a 4.1 GPA. He is planning on getting a PhD in paleontology. He has a love for nature, animals, and video games. He is also an expert on dinosaurs. And I honestly think it's safe to say that he's one of the smartest people I've ever met.
It's very safe to say that.
Thank you for that, Natalie. This is based on something, we had a similar event last year, and there was something I wanted to say during this event, but at the time I was too scared to say it. I said to myself, if I ever had the chance, I would say this now. So here I go. People who fall under the spectrum can't be defined by labels, not even autism, though not an inherently bad word at all. It oversimplifies what it's like to live under the spectrum. When I was in middle school and high school, my classmates and teachers treated me like I was mentally handicapped, despite having straight A's at that time. In fact, there was a time where it was so bad, they sent an escort with me every time I went to the bathroom. I'm serious. Do you have any idea how humiliating that is?
Kids can be cruel.
I became very resentful at the time, not just at the teachers and the students, but at my autism itself. I thought that at the time, my autism was the reason I was being treated differently. And I thought if I didn't have autism, I would be treated with respect and not humiliated on a daily basis. But then, in time, I came to learn about people who also lived under the spectrum and made great contributions to society, like Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, Vincent van Gogh, and Emily Dickinson. I also spent time with my fellow ASD members here, who are intelligent, kind, and respectable people. And I came to realize autism is nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, in times it can be something to embrace and be proud of. So I think such a subjective label as autism should be better understood because it causes us to misunderstand what it's truly like to have autism or Asperger's. Autism is not a simple diagnosis, and it does not define what our futures, our fates, what life has in store, and it does not define who we are. While I resented my autism in the past, I have learned to accept and embrace it as a part of who I am, part of what makes me me. And at the same time, I know that my autism does not define me. It is not who I am. Ben Ehrman is who I am. And for the record, I just want to add, in response to the video, I don't really believe what they said about our emotions being different or upside down. I have the exact same emotions as you do, and I assure you they are completely right side up.
Our next act is going to be performed by Eli, and he's a freshman, a musical enthusiast.